This is the SAU Report, a program featuring interviews with the faculty, staff, students, and alumni of Southern Arkansas University in Magnolia.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the SAU Report. I'm Richard Moore.
And I'm Ozzie Greene.
And today we're talking round ball, new facilities, and a whole lot more with our two guests. And they are Chris Coleman, the graduate assistant for the SAU Riderettes, and also Rod Elder, who is the graduate assistant for the men's team here at SAU. And we're going to start off the program this evening with a question to Chris. Chris, how has the first couple of practices gone for the Riderettes this season?
They've gone pretty good. Just like any other practice, the first couple of practices are going to be kind of shaky and it's kind of scraggly and all. But each practice is improving, so we're looking for great things out of the Riderettes this year.
How does this year's squad stack up against last year's team?
Well, last year we still got the basic core from last year. We had a lot of injuries last year, so we got those people back healthy, and they're adding more offense and defense to the team. So we should win a few more games than we won last year.
Well, where did you play your college ball, Rod?
I played at Kilgore Junior College and transferred to East Texas Baptist University. And that's where I finished my career up.
Okay. How long have you been coaching?
This will be my 6th year. I was with Coach West when he first got to ETBU, and I was the student assistant for him the first 3 years, and then I became his real assistant after that when I graduated.
How long have you been the assistant to Coach West?
6 years.
6 years. Mm-hmm. How much of a change is it coaching here at SAU compared to coaching at East Texas Baptist University?
It's not much different. It's just a different level. We got to get adjusted for a few different things. I think the competition will be a little bit better than what we have faced over there, but we got real talented athletes here, so we feel like we'll be pretty good.
Tell us who all is returning from last year's squad for the Riders.
For the Riders, we got Eddie Williams, 6'5" swingman. We got Jody McPherson, 2-guard. We got Chad Rook, Kevin Valentine. We also have Lewis Grant, which redshirted last year and hurt his foot, so we're looking for good things out of him. He's a 6'9" freshman. We have returning Chris Williams, 6'7" forward, and we have also I think that's all the returners. That is all the returners.
Chris, you've been here for 4 years. You played here. How does it feel coming back to coach?
Like I said, I've been here for like four years. I finished up my degree in 5, so I've been around this program for a good little piece of time now, and I've learned the ropes and some of the people, so it's really not no big adjustment for me. I just fit right in. I've been around Coach Biley for so long, so I kind of know the things that he wants to do, and he's incorporated them things into me, so it fits right together.
Who's returning from the Riderette squad this year?
We have point guard Mona Owens. We got Agnew, which was hurt last year. She got hurt like toward the end of the season. She's back off a knee injury. We got Paula Daniels, who redshirted last year off a knee injury. She's back. We got Chris Johnson. She's a forward. We got Siobhan Ford. She's a swing. We got Jeannie Atkins. She's a guard, swing. We got Sylvia Brown, which was a second semester player. She's coming back. She came back. We got Fee Hutchins. She's a senior. She's a forward. We got Ida Thomas. She's a post.
What do you feel are the strengths of this team?
Well, the strengths are we got depth. We got depth at every position, so whether we're getting after it or whatever, we can still go. Either we can speed it up, we can slow it down, we can throw it inside, we can throw it outside. We got folks that can shoot. We got folks that can take you one-on-one. So we got a lot of people out there that got a lot of versatility. So we can do a lot of things this year. We can get up and down that floor and play defense hard, and when folks get tired, we can get them out and get folks in there and take their spot.
Rod, what kind of shape is the team in here after the preseason conditioning?
I think we're in pretty good condition. At first I thought we might be in pretty good condition because we've been basically just running on the track. and that's different than getting up and down on the basketball court. But here in the first week, I see that we're in pretty good condition.
Tell us a little bit about Coach West's style of basketball. Is it up-tempo, more of a half-court style?
His style is up-tempo. We like to get it up and down, and we call it organized chaos. If you watch it, you think we're out of control, but we basically got a set pattern to what we're doing.
There's a plan to the whole thing.
It's a method to our madness.
All right. Ozzie?
Coach West's style of basketball is a little different than former coach here last year, Monroe Ingram. How do returning players fit into Coach West's system of basketball?
They're taking to it quite well. Eddie Williams, he should have a big year for us this year because we're telling him to be more aggressive this year, and we're getting him a lot of opportunities for shots in our fast-paced game. And Jody McPherson, a real good two-guard, he's getting a lot of open threes now. Chad Rook and Valentine, they're flourishing in this because they're two guards also, and we get it up and down. Our first option is to kick it up to our two-guard and our break, and if he has the open three, he's at liberty to take it. And Chris Williams, in the up and down pace, he's running the floor well, and he's getting passes from OJ, which is a transfer guard. He's getting that up the court pass for an easy layup now. So it's a lot of easy opportunities for these guys, and that's basically what West style does for you.
What does Coach West expect out of this team?
He expects them to give it their all. The best effort they give, that's all he asks for. We're just looking to go into this season, give him great effort, and whatever happens, happens.
Chris, what do you see as the biggest challenge for the Riderettes this season?
Just putting it all together. Just putting team continuity, just putting it all together.
How do you have any inklings or looking into your crystal ball? How do you think that the team will fare in conference action?
Well, last year they didn't do as well, like I say, because of injuries, which put a lot of the load on certain players. But this year, like I said, we have so many different players that can play so many different positions, so the load will be, spread it out now. So one person won't have to hold the whole load. So we should do pretty good. I expect big things out of the Riderettes this year.
Rod, there are a lot of new faces on this 97-98 basketball squad. How are they adjusting to playing here at SAU?
They're adjusting well. They basically, our biggest problem was we're new, getting all the players to learn our offense, and everybody's adjusting to each other better than I thought they would. They're all coming together as one. They're playing together. Our new players are O.J. Johnson, which is a point guard that pushes the ball real well and has a good stroke. Charles McKinney, swing man. He's athletic just like Eddie Williams. We got Kevin Howell, which is setting screens for all our two guards to get open. He's making the transition well. We have Travell Boyd, which is the backup point guard. He's right around from Emerson. He's doing well. I mean, the system for them, they're made for it.
One of your players that signed this year left a little bit after conditioning. Big Steve, I know him personally. Why do we leave, and is it any concern at the center spot as far as scoring is concerned?
Well, when you lose a 6'11" postman that's had the accolades he had, that was a big concern with the coaching staff. But, well, when we got to looking at the players weren't worried. So that gave the coaching staff a sense of security. And I think Kevin Howell will take that spot up real well.
Chris, we asked Rod this just a little bit earlier in the program, and what kind of style do you see the Riderettes showing to the fans this season?
Our style of ball, me and Coach Byers talked about it, and we want to get up and down that floor. We want to be all over people on defense, and Ty pointed out where we can still go, at 100% and get down on it and push that ball down the throat on offense. So basically, we have an up-tempo style, and when it's time to slow it down, we'll be able to slow it down, but we want to shove that ball down people's throats.
Okay, what kind of shape do you feel that the players are in right now, Chris?
Compared to last year, they're in the best shape. They're in better shape than ever, and they're studying improvement. That's one thing about our women. They're looking for improvement every day. It's no stagnant. They're not stagnant. They're not complacent. They're willing to improve, and they're working on improving.
Chris, the gym is getting redone. Can you tell us a little bit about what's being done and when do you expect for your team to play again in that gym?
Well,
next season?
for us, the new facilities that are being built down there, I don't know a whole lot, but what I do know is I think it's supposed to be done by August of '98, and I think they're building a new auxiliary gym for, for intramural sports and volleyball to play in, and that'll leave the main gym open for basically basketball, and that'll add another practice gym for basketball and volleyball. Being that basketball and volleyball seasons intertwined sometimes, so that'll give us another practice facility.
The Riderettes are basically going to play on the road for the whole year. Is that going to be a big adjustment for them?
I really don't think so, because the women we have, they're so confident, and most of them are basically cocky. And so, they just want to play. It really doesn't matter where they play, they're going to play ball regardless. So playing on the road or playing at home, we're going to play on the road anyway, because we're playing at a different school now. We're not playing down there in the Murata gym. So basically they're going to adjust to it, and we're just going to play ball. We're not going to worry about where we're playing, because basketball is basketball, and that's what we teach out there.
Rod, do you feel that the team, how do you think that the team will fare in the Gulf South Conference season this year?
Well, I hadn't seen any of the teams in the Gulf South Conference because we just got here, but I've viewed a couple of tapes, and I know some tough teams out there, Delta State, Henderson State. You got UCA, supposed to have a good team this year, but we feel we're going to be pretty good. Stacked up against those guys, I feel like anything could happen.
Do you think that this year's team has the depth that Coach West can go and pick out players to pick up the slack while the starters take a rest on the bench?
Starting out, I don't know if we have the depth that we thought we had, but a few players have stepped up and showed us that they could play here in recent practices, and I feel like we got a little more depth than what we thought we would have at this point. And we have a scrimmage next Saturday against Washita, and it'll kind of give us a tale of the season.
Very good.
As far as academics is concerned, how do you keep track of players' grades?
We do. We have grade checks periodically. We try to keep up with our players' grades that way, and we have study hall every day at 4 o'clock, Monday through Thursday. We try to give them the weekends off, and that's pretty much the way we keep in contact, and the players come to us with their problems in class, and we'll talk to their teachers if necessary, or we'll have our players go talk to them as much as possible to keep that teacher-student relationship going.
How are the players doing in the classroom so far?
So far, we had a couple of problems, but that's normal at this point. But we're trying to correct them and get them back on the right foot.
Good. Chris, some basic information here. When does the season start? Who will you be playing, and where?
If I'm not mistaken, I want to say our season opener is on November 15th. We're playing our first game, being that the gym is closed. We're playing at Magnolia High School. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's Laterno from Longview, Texas.
Okay. Asked Rod just a little while ago, asked you, do you feel the Riderettes are a team with a lot of depth this year, or is this year going to be considered a rebuilding year?
We're not rebuilding. We have a lot of depth at every position. And like I said, we got a lot of people that can play like 2 or 3 different positions. So
it's always good.
We can always go deep if we want to. We can put in any kind of style of ball that we want to play for that particular game, whichever style it calls for. So that's why we have a lot of depth at every position.
Rod, what strength and conditioning things that they do this year, the team?
Well, we started out on the track. We run what we call probably like 2 miles warming up, and then we run some sprints like 200s. Then we'll break it down into hundreds, and then we'll bring them on down to running little short, quick sprints. Then we'll go to the stands, run stands, and then we'll head to the weight room. And it's a lot of detail into the weight room, but we work on our legs and upper body and triceps and biceps and forearms, the basic workout.
Do you think this team is now in shape for your style of basketball?
They're in shape, but not quite where we want them to be. A little more time, I think they'll be there.
I was wanting to ask you, Rod, was there ever this magical moment when you decided, hey, coaching, that's what I would like to do?
Believe it or not, I never dreamed I'd be a coach.
Really?
Starting out, I got a math degree, and I never had no dreams of coaching, but I like basketball, so Coach West came, and I felt like it was an opportunity, so I started helping him, and at first I wasn't no help to him at all. I just sat on the sideline and just watched because I had no dreams of it, but gradually he worked with me, and I started gradually getting better and better, and now, as you can see, I'm a coach now.
There you go. Chris, same question to you.
I'm basically like Rod. I never thought about coaching like he has. I have a math degree too, and well, once the opportunity presented itself and had a chance to work with a great guy like Coach Biley, and I just took advantage of that opportunity. And now each day I'm growing to love it even more. You know, each day goes by, I'm learning something new, and with the players and with myself, and learning more about coaching. So it's become each day it goes by, it gets fun every day.
Good. Ozzie?
Coach Rod, did you try to play to go overseas or play NBA ball after your college career?
Yeah, I tried to play it. I went to the Atlanta camp, and I went to the Mavericks camp, and it worked out pretty good. I got some good experience from it, but after that, the time and everything, my family wanted me to graduate, and I never pursued overseas ball because I just didn't want to go overseas. But after I got through playing and got those tryouts out the way, I never tried to go back and try to pick up with and keep pursuing it over and over again. I just stuck to my studies and graduated.
Well, same question to you, Chris. Did you want to play NBA ball?
It wasn't my dream. It's a dream, but I was always focused on getting my degree first. And if it happened after that, it happened. If it didn't, it didn't. I still had my degree to fall back on. So it wasn't a make or break me type of issue with me.
Okay, Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, and where you went to school, etc.
Well, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Went to Hillcrest High School out of Memphis. I came here in fall of '92. Finished up here with my math degree in spring '97 here, and I'm now pursuing my master's in counseling.
Okay, very good. Where did you start your basketball career?
I started off really just playing church ball. You know, I played for my church, and then I played my senior year, half the senior season in high school, and luckily, just by chance, Coach Biley was recruiting that year for the guys, and he saw me at a camp that summer, and he signed me then, and it's been all uphill from there.
Ozzie?
Rod, how is your relationships with the players? Can they just come and talk to you, or do they just see you as just a coach?
My relationship with players, they can come talk to me anytime they want. My door is always open, and they know that. And I'm their coach also, so I got the business side, but I'll still try to be their friend and have an open door policy and just come and visit and talk with me anytime they're ready or have a problem.
What do you expect out of this team this year?
My expectations is to do the best we can. If we go undefeated, which is going to be difficult with our schedule, that'll be great. If I'll be disappointed if we go any less than 500. But I'm looking for good things out of this team.
Rod, do you hope to become a head coach someday?
At this point in time, yes. At first, no. I was just going to go use my math degree and go and do whatever. But now I'm looking for a head coaching job.
Starting out in maybe high school?
No, I think I want to stay on a college level.
Stay on college level? Okay. Not work your way up. Start up in the bigs first, huh?
Start up in the big.
That's right. All right. Well, you keep up with the players' grades. I know we were talking about this a little bit earlier, but what kind of system is there in place, to keep up with grades, and what standards are there, for SAU athletes?
Our standards are just the same as any other regular student. We want the best for them. They are provided tutors in different areas. Like the math department has tutors that are set up for them. Just different things. We keep grade reports for them. We have a computer in our office where we can look up their schedules, and anytime we want, we can contact that teacher if we need to. And the teachers are real nice here. They are able to be in contact with. And so that's basically the situation.
Okay. Awesome.
What does the Riderettes do as far as preseason conditioning is concerned?
For us preseason, we ran the legendary hill. We ran that for.
Hey, I know a little bit about that.
We ran the hill for like 20 minutes. We got up to running it 20 minutes straight. We ran a few sprints, but not much. We jumped the bench, the legendary benches, and we had a weight program. I put them on a weight workout, so to get them stronger and make them more aggressive.
You think they become stronger?
Yeah, we've maxed out twice now, and we've seen improvements up to 15 to 30 pounds. So that's pretty good in a month's time. So they're really working.
Richard?
Chris, what does Coach Biley expect from this year's squad?
He's expecting a lot. Not trying to put a lot of pressure on, but last year had a lot of new players and young players, and this year people have to learn to be not freshmen and sophomores, but juniors and seniors. You got to play, and he's expecting a lot out of them. So we see a lot in them, and so we're trying to get them to live up to their capabilities.
Well, I want to mention you're here because of Coach West. Tragedy in his life right now. His mother not doing very well. He's going back and forth at the hospital, to see her. Has this affected him mentally as far as coaching the team is concerned? I'm sure it has.
It's affected him a little bit. Of course, he can't help but to think about his mom and the situation she's in, but the players are doing their best for him. They're coming together and giving that great effort for him. They understand that he's not totally there, but that's the best he can do right now.
How much is he with the team? Are you pretty much taking over at this point, or kind of half and half maybe?
Coach West, he's missed like he hasn't missed a practice. He's missed a couple of days of conditioning, but he hasn't missed a practice. His dad there, he would want him to be up here with the team, being in the situation that his mom is in. And he's always there for the guys. He's not going to let this affect him that greatly to take away from the team.
Ozzie?
Right. What will the crowd expect to see out of this year that will make them excited? Talking about this little chaos of yours. Tell us a little about that.
Well, the crowd should expect some up-tempo games. We plan on trying to get over 100 a few times this year. They can expect a lot of threes. I think a lot of dunks, because we got the type of athletes that can do it. But if that team wants to slow it down and play a physical game, we got physicalness back there too with Kevin Howe and Big Bright.
What do we expect out of the ladies this year?
Like I said, basically it's an up-tempo game, and like I say, play that defense all over the floor and try to get steals and get some easy baskets, some run-out baskets, and a lot of fast breaking. So because we got people that can shoot those threes and people that can get down that block and score it down low when it's time to score it down low. So we basically want to, just like I say, have the crowd into it and get them excited and get them play up and down the floor and be all over people on defense.
Chris, I think we asked Rod this a little bit earlier, same question to you. What made you want to become a coach?
I really didn't. It was, I really didn't. I help a player. I really didn't see myself as no coach. I still really don't see myself as a coach. I just like to. If I see some of players doing it they can improve on, then I would give my input. But for as saying I'm a coach, then I really don't. It is not a joke to me, but it makes me laugh when folks call me Coach Coleman. I'd rather just people call me Coleman.
Makes you feel a little old, huh?
Sort of, kind of.
What does the future hold as far as you saying, well, you want to do coaching on another level, or continue on with your studies?
It's basically I coaching. If I did coach, I'd rather coach on the college level, like Coach Rod. But I really want to get into some kind of business or engineering or something like that, basically. But if coaching happened, then it'd be fine with me. But it's not really my first option.
Keeping all your options open right now. Okay. Awesome.
Chris, I've seen this team. You've seen this team. Do you think you have a chance for the Gulf South Conference this year?
Me personally, I think we have a chance, just as much better chance than anybody else. That's just the way I think. And the type of players that we got, there's no reason why we shouldn't win the Gulf South Conference, outright. So if the coaching staff do what they have to do and the players trust in the coaching staff, then we should do very well. And there ain't no reason why I should say anything less besides win the Gulf South Conference. That's what I expect.
Rod, Coach West is a new coach, have a lot of new faces. Would you consider this a rebuilding year, or is the coach saying, let's get down to it, let's go for this Gulf South Conference right now?
Coach West has always been the motto, get down to it. He's always been a winner, and he's going to strive to win here. It don't matter if it's his first year or his last. He's going for it all. That's just his attitude. I mean, that's the way he takes everything in life. He's just going to go for it.
Chris, we asked Rod this question earlier. I'm pretty much sure it's going to be the same response from you, but how do you keep the players and the coaches on the Riderettes keep the players involved with academics and watching the girls' grades and everything in school?
Well, we do. We send out a progress report periodically that the ladies have to take to their teachers and get signed, and get the attendance wrote on and the grade. And we have study hall twice a week. And we'll see with women, it's just a difference between women and guys. You don't too much have to watch their grades too much. You may have one or two, but basically those women get after those grades. So we watch them, but they get out of it anyway. So we don't too much worry with it. We worry about it because that's our number one priority is the grades, then basketball, but they're basically getting out of it. So, that's why we don't have study hall number like twice a week. And if they're doing real good, they just have it once a week.
Okay. Rod, educate me here a little bit. Is there any athletes here at SAU on the college level in general that can play two sports, basketball, football, or maybe football and baseball, or is that
Well, since I've been here, I'm not for sure. Only person I know that played two sports that graduated. He's through at basketball for us is Jerry. He plays basketball and runs track. That's the only one I know of here. And I don't think I know of any more. I haven't got that familiar with everybody on campus yet, so it's hard to say.
How about the same question to you, Chris?
We might have a few ladies that might run track out to this moment. I don't know any of them that's on the team now, but I don't think so. I don't really see any. For us women, I just say probably, we had one last year that played volleyball and she played basketball, but this year we want them to concentrate strictly on basketball.
A lot of times volleyball and basketball goes together.
Yeah.
Thanks. Ozzie?
Rod, out of the seniors this year, do you think any of them have a chance to go on another level as far as basketball, like the NBA or maybe overseas?
Well, I think we have one. I think Eddie can do it if he go ahead and put his mind to it and be aggressive and just let it all hang out and work hard. I think he can attain what he wants.
What about as a girl's concerned, Chris? Do they have a shot?
Well, right now, we have two seniors, and I really, I'm not too familiar with the WNBA or the overseas league, being that this is my first year in women's basketball. So right to this point, I really couldn't say.
How do you feel coaching women? Is it a difference, or?
It's a big adjustment because with women, you gotta play in and you gotta think about their feelings, and with guys, guys are kind of, nonchalant about it, won't care, but with women, you have to think about the feelings, and it's a lot more play in the women's basketball than men's basketball that you have to take account for.
Okay. Rod, you were talking about Eddie being a hot prospect. Eddie, tell us a little bit about him. Do a little airplay here.
Oh, Eddie Williams, he's the nicest guy you ever meet. He's got tremendous jumping ability. I ain't seen nobody too much jump like him. He's got a great touch from the three-point line. He can probably stretch out and shoot the NBA three if necessary. He can take it to the hole. He can dunk on you. He can handle the ball. He's just pretty much a versatile player, and he's handling his business in the classroom. So he's just one of those guys, a coach's dream. He's just a coach's dream.
All right, real good. Awesome.
Jerry Williams, he was a great player for here last year, and Chris Williams is stepping in and basically taking his spot. Do you think Chris Williams can fill the void as far as that spot is concerned?
I think for Jerry, some big shoes to fill. He's a two-time GSC player, and it's be hard to fill his shoes. But Chris is coming on. He's working hard, and if he keeps working hard like he is, I think he'll try to attain what Jerry's done.
Okay. We'd like to thank our two coaches, Coach Chris Coleman and Coach Rod Elder. Thank you for being here with us. We appreciate that. And, watch the Riders and the Riderettes on November 15th as they start their journey for the Go South Championship. Thank you for watching the SAU Report. I'm Ozzie Greene.
I'm Richard Moore. Good evening.
The SAU Report is a production of broadcast journalism students in the Department of Theater and Mass Communication at Southern Arkansas University in Magnolia.